fans from all around the world, welcome back to another episode of MPJ New Rock Album Review Show with half the cohort here, but the best half, I would say, to Chris and to our newbie, all the way from Holland. Welcome, Peter. Welcome, Chris.
Hello. Lovely to be here.
So, if you're tuning into the show for the first time, we review all the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5, see if they get into our Hall of Fame, maybe even Golden Halls. Will they ever reach legendary status? Only the top 15 of our albums get the MPJ legendary stamp, and you need a 4.8 to get them for that one. Today we have another returning album review, and another Hall of Famer. Last year we reviewed Spiritbox and Fear of the Fear, who also made it into our top 20 albums of the year, so high expectations. So Fear of the Fear got 4.1. Their new album, Tsunami Sea, can't pronounce that to save my will, but that's how we say it in Wales, so there we go. Now, Pete, we're going to start with you, because I know you are a massive fan, because you said to me, only for reviewing Spiritbox. I said, well, just so happens, Pete, that's what we're doing. And you said, oh, all right, then, well, I'll give it a go, because I can't stop listening to this album. Fair to say, fan, what did you think of the new album?
Amazing. Shortly put. So yeah, like 90% of the reason that I am here is that we get to review Spiritbox, because I've been a fan of Spiritbox since day one. I've actually been a fan of Iwrestledabearonce, which is the band they were before they were Spiritbox. So yeah, where should I start about this album? It's just got everything. Like, it's got a little bit of sweetness, it's got a little bit of heaviness. It's got a straight up club song on it with crystal roses. There's like No Lost, No Love. It's just this like super eerie song that just gives you this scary, but shivers down your spine when you're listening to it. You got Keep Sweet, which I think is absolutely beautiful mix of banging metal and beautiful cleans. You got Saucefied, which is the absolute banger of a song, the banging track of this album. Yeah, Heaven with Two Faces. One is to create, one is to replace it. I'm still trying to puzzle out what those lyrics mean, and I love it. I'm here for this album all the way. Gotta say, like, to me, this is basically the second album they're releasing, because the one in between, the one you just mentioned, was more of an EP. Their first album, I actually have it here. I'm a guy that still sometimes buys physical albums when I really do enjoy them. Was absolutely amazing. To me, this is their second album, which always comes with this very, very difficult job for a band. Like, how do I follow up this amazing debut album I just had? Like, there's time pressure on it. There's debut album. You got all the time in the world, of course. The second album, there's like, you got to have it out there within 2-3 years after your debut. And they delivered. It's better than their debut album. So, well done, Spiritbox.
Okay, cool. Now, Chris, metalcore.
I can't tell if Pete likes it or not. I really can't.
I think. I mean, maybe it was lost in translation because he's Dutch. I think he said he liked it. Now you are a massive aficionado of screamo, but not quite in the direction of Pete. Am I right to say? So, what did you make of Spiritbox?
I think it is fair to say. So, screamo I prefer more than growlo, which is, you know, effectively the two ends of the spectrum. You go low and growly, or you go, you know, Chester Bennington kind of levels of screamo. Unfortunately, this was the growlo section. I'm not really a fan. I defy anyone to tell me any of the lyrics from the first 3 minutes of the first song, Fata Morgana, because I'm not entirely sure anyone could unless they were singing it themselves. But the album as a whole, I was actually reasonably pleasantly surprised by it. I quite, Pete pulled out quite a few of the songs there, but if you take a look at stuff like, or take a listen to Perfect Soul, Keep Sweet, Tsunami Sea, the title track itself, Crystal Roses, Ride the Wave, and Deep End, they are, when you take the lyrics out of the growler and you keep them cleaner, she's got such a beautiful voice, because I didn't realise when I was first listening, it's the same vocalist for both the growler and the clean vocals, which is quite a range, has to be said. But yeah, I prefer, if you took the ones that I just listed and based the album around stuff like that, my score would be vastly different from what I gave this. It's just the whole thing of the growler. There's a bit too much in there in some of the songs that I kind of like it when there's a balance. And with this, you've either got almost all growler or almost none, and that doesn't really fit for me. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I wouldn't be going back to listen to Spiritbox unless we were doing it on the podcast. Not that I would begrudge listening to Spiritbox for the podcast, but yeah, it's not my cup of tea, I'm afraid.
Ooh, right. Trish, interestingly, because she's been on a hell of a journey, if you put this sort of music in her when we first started, it would have been absolutely not her cup of tea, but hers changed it. And she said she gave the previous album 3.5 or 3 out of 5 back when music would have been too heavy for me and not into screamo, but as we know, the tables have turned. She's very favourable to do this as well. So really like Perfect Solid, Keep Sweet, where Courtney's vocals carry the song into a wonderful balance of softness with heavy music, a bit like Caroline from the band Never Obey Again. But Spiritbox have more screamo growler to their music. So she really liked it from that score. In fairness, in terms of what Pete said about sending shivers up his spine, it sent something down my spine, but it wasn't shivers of enjoyment at all. I absolutely despise this album. It was antipathy of everything that I dislike in this sort of music. Way too much growler, way too much screamo. And end up skip. I give it one listen, tolerated it. Give it another listen, I couldn't. However, I will say, and it frustrates the hell out of me because you can tell the ability and the production, the composition of the music, the musicality, and yeah, when her voice is not clean, you can go, oh, hello. That's bloody marvellous, that is. I want more. Only I don't get more. I don't get enough. Because it's ruined by Screamo, ruined by Growlo, which is totally incomprehensibly, and quite frankly, shouldn't be allowed. There we go. That's my rant over with, yet again. Spiritbox.
We don't live in your world. God damn.
Put it back in a box, leave it there, throw away the key, is what I would say to that. But this panel, we drop a vote, and I dare say it might well be mine that might be dispensed with on this score as well. Let's find out then. It's no shocker. Let's start with William. There's no shock that this is William's right up with it. He give this a 5, which is no shock there at all. Pete!
Yep. So, of course, loved it. Been very clear about that. Also, shout out to Courtney because I feel like she has really improved her cleans compared to the last album. One thing I'm learning rapidly on the first day on the job here is that you guys are pretty generous with scores. And I'm the type of guy, like, I don't easily give the maximum score to anything. Like, you have to come up with something absolutely masterclass to get a 5 out of 5 out of me. And one of the things I always take into account there is longevity. To me, like, Pink Floyd is my favorite band of all time because I can listen to any Pink Floyd album any day, any week. I'll never get tired of it. So that's a 5 out of 5 to me. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. Like, absolutely loved it, but don't see myself listening to it like every day of every month, you know?
Yeah, when you hear Paul's voting, you'll be yes. We all have different
standards. Yeah,
different ways of doing it. For me, I give a 5. If I'm going to listen to this album again, if I want to put this album on again and again and again, it'll get a 5 off me. There's no surprise that I will tell you that I give this a 1. So no shock. So there. Yeah. So we're not pretty generous. Maybe a 1 is generous from me. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. What did you give it then, Pete?
4.5.
4.5. Okay. And Simon also give this a 4.5. Trish give this a 4. So if Chris gives this a 2 or more, it's getting into the Hall of Fame. There we go. Now, did he like it enough to give it a 2 or more? Chris, reveal your score, my friend.
So I went straight down the middle with this one, 2.5.
Yay!
The music,
Good job.
music
Good job,
is great,
man.
clean
Well
lyrics is
done.
great.
So,
Well, with the problem,
So-
middle of the road for this one for me.
Shocker Shock, Fear of the Fear got 4.1. Tsunami Sea got 4.1. There's a pattern. There's some consistency here with Spiritbox. Consistency all the way down. I'm surprised that Simon didn't give it a 4 or 5 either, but there we go. So, congratulations again. They're second. There's not many of them, but they're second. Well, Edge of Paradise last time, they got into a Hall of Fame for the second time, as did Spiritbox. So, congratulations into our Hall of Fame. Doesn't get into the Golden Hall. Will not be feasting in the new extension that I have built. But there we go. So fantastic. So the second 4.1 of the month. Bit of a trend coming here, isn't it? Right, there we go. Congratulations. Thanks again to Pete. Thanks again to Chris. Thanks again to my drunk Will, who's in a ditch somewhere. Happy holidays to Trish. And congratulations again to Simon. Hit the like and subscribe button. And thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.